Good morning. Good morning. It's great to say good morning from the office. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. It's 8 a.m. on the East Coast, Monday morning. This is it. This is the week. 5 of them, 5 days. Count them. And then you usher right into Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday will be Christmas. Today is December 17th. December 17th. Are we 3 days away from the shutdown? Or is it the 21st, 4? Which one is it? Who knows? Folks, I'm your host, BKP. Welcome this morning. It's interesting, Josh. We need to write down 1217 programming. These clips we will come back to later. There's something about today says we will use this show again in the future, and it'll be Back to the Future, 1982, 84 when that movie came out. I don't know. So we will be looking back on this day. Now, let me just say this. This will be the last full week of broadcasting for our show until the first of the year. Friday will be our last live show, Circuit World, the All-Star Panel. Everybody will be there wearing their Christmas sweaters and maybe singing Christmas carols. You never know. But that will be our final show of the year live. Monday's New Year's Eve. Boy, I got to back up. I mean, I'm having a Rudy Giuliani moment in his interview yesterday. 2 of them. Anyhow, Friday will be the last live show. Monday will be Christmas Eve, the 24th. Tuesday, Christmas. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Team FYN Sports takes over the whole show and starts broadcasting at 9 a.m. the Christmas Clash of Blue Ridge, Fan and Park and Rec, Blue Ridge, Georgia, Christmas Clash. That starts Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then it'll be Saturday, Sunday again. And then it'll be New Year's Eve and then New Year's Day. There you go. That's the whole calendar. All right, Josh, 8:02 in the morning. Let's see, what do we go for right out of the box? Obamacare is gone, okay? Obamacare, the judge said Obamacare is wrong. Let's start with this because there's another question. There's a couple things I want to cover today. I received an email from a loving, adoring fan that said Friday, my comments were a real downer. Real downer. If you've already decided and want to tell your audience that the next 2 years will be awful in relation to Trump, then why should any of us fight to make it better? So we're going to address what I said Friday. As usual, I'm ahead of the curve. I know I sound bleak. That was the word of the day, bleak. I know I made the outcome sound bleak, the future sound dreary. Am I the one writing the damn articles that say that you're in a recession? Wake up this morning, you're in a recession, America. Am I the one writing those articles? Am I the one writing the articles that say consumer confidence is down? Am I the one writing those articles? Am I the one writing the articles that polls say Americans have decided the economy will be worse in 2019? I'm not writing those articles, folks. And I don't like to have to bring that to you. I am just telling you the determination to end this president is at its highest pitch fever. I mean, it's the highest it can get. Saturday Night Live asked him nicely to leave. They think if the heat is so hot in the kitchen, he will run back for the gold elevator doors at Trump Tower. Am I the one doing that? No, I'm not. But I'm the one that has to tell you what's happening on a daily basis. And I think my quote the other day that fired things up and started things out is, Bruce was saying on the panel, I will believe it when I see it, I'll believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. Whatever, okay? Hey, man, when I see it, I'll believe it, okay? All right? And I said I switched it up to you ain't seen nothing yet. That's my opinion. I'm going to stay with that. All right. So that being said, let's start with Obamacare. Now, I for one believe, was it the Truman Show where they wrote his whole life? Was that the movie, The Truman Show, where they wrote the guy's whole entire life? Right? And he did not realize he was living in a show? That's it, right? So I'm for one believe they write our script on a daily basis to move our lives along within the Truman Show of the acts they have. Now, you're going to tell me, now this is interesting. Let's go to 23, okay? And number 23. This is Nancy Pelosi getting ready to say to Paul Ryan, give me that damn gavel. And give me that damn gavel now. You ain't seen nothing yet, folks. Nancy said, give me that gavel. And here's my little joke here. Give me number 24 and let's leave that up. There's Paul Ryan pointing, saying, I can see Obamacare right back in your future. It's like Yogi Berra said, it's deja vu all over again. Is it deja vu all over again? Now, a judge, now wait a minute, we're gonna rope this all together. Going to try to rope this together. So they pass Obamacare. We know, you know, I know, the American people know it's unconstitutional. We know that, okay? We know we can't force anybody to pay something and to buy something. The government constitutionally cannot force you to buy anything, okay? They can't force you to buy anything. So at first, it was not a tax. So it was not a tax. The Obama administration said it's not a tax. They sold it as not a tax. Bart Stupak got a letter, went back to Michigan. It's not a tax, okay? It's the greatest thing since sliced bread. You just have to open the bread, get all the way down in the center of the loaf to find out what that slice is like. And that lady right there said, we have to pass it to know what's in it, right? But it passes. You and I know it's unconstitutional because it has a mandate. And what they did with Kathleen Sebelius, all right, Kathleen Sebelius was HHS secretary at that time. They put all kinds of triggers, and they put an enormous amount of power on the HHS secretary's desk. And they put triggers in, and they moved some things down as that went. Even the individual mandate, they moved that down. And then it finally got to the Supreme Court. Now, for those of us that have that love-hate relationship with John Roberts, on Monday we want to think he is the Chief Justice of a 5-4 conservative court, and then on Tuesday we don't know what the hell he will do. So Chief Justice Roberts, and let's talk about what the judge did in Texas, okay? Just chill out here for a minute. They struck down Obamacare, okay? So John Roberts says, hey, it is constitutional because the federal government has a right to tax. And what is in here is a tax. Okay? All right? So he considered it a tax. Now a T-A-X, tax, not an attack. Okay? Sorry about that. But he considered it a T-A-X on the American people. The government, constitutionally, by the Constitution, and all the powers invested in me, have the right to levy a tax on the people, okay? So Obamacare is legal at this time. All right, let's fast forward. So Republicans vote to repeal it 99 times. That's just a joke, 99 bottles of beer on a wall. And they know it's not getting repealed, but they promise they will repeal it, okay? The Republicans, I don't know if they will be able to handle to put this in the package that they really should use, all right? So they say they will repeal it. I, for one, and many of us, rebuke the Republicans. Hey, you did not repeal Obamacare, all right? Why they did not sell this, I don't know. This is very confusing with Republicans. So when they passed a new tax law, they repealed the individual mandate. Now, the government has a right to write tax law and to change the tax law. The congressional body there of the Senate and the House have the right to write new tax law. And they can do it. All the powers invested in them allow them to levy a tax on you. So they did that. They wrote the new tax law. All right? And in the new tax law, they repealed the individual mandate. Now, what was the individual mandate? The individual mandate was the tax, according to John Roberts in the Supreme Court, that made Obamacare legal. Remember? So did Republicans know when they repealed that individual mandate, wrote the new tax law, and that finally hit a judge's desk, on federal judge's desk, that Obamacare would be repealed and considered unconstitutional and against the law? Did they know that? Or did they know they couldn't put nothing in place in time? Did they know it would be did they feel it would be a bigger scare to the electorate out there if you knew Obamacare was dead? It was just waiting for that judge's desk. Now, my interesting thing is, why did it find a judge's desk? You may say it's just coincidence. Why did it find a judge's desk not 4 weeks after an election? What if a judge would have ruled Obamacare is unconstitutional? All right? What if a judge would have ruled Obamacare is unconstitutional just 6 weeks ago? Now, I know what you're saying out there. Well, wait a minute. You're not looking at when he got it to his desk. You're not looking at the timeline on it, when it went up, when it was on the calendar. All right, it's irrelevant. Just what if the judge would have said Obamacare was unconstitutional 6 weeks ago? Just 6 weeks ago. It's let's see, it's December 17th. What if the last week of October we would have found out that Obamacare was unconstitutional and was against the law, and that we would have been able to campaign on, we told you it was unconstitutional, we told you it'd never stand up in court, we told you one day this would happen, and we are the ones that can fix it. We're the ones that can make health care what you want it to be. We're the ones, send us to do the job. What if? What if that possibility was all out there and Republicans could have said, we told you the truth all along. We absolutely told you the truth all along. It was unconstitutional. So anyhow, all right, well, wait a minute. What if? A lot of what ifs, all right? So we know all that. So the day, did Republicans know all along that they really had repealed Obamacare? Did they? That as soon as that hit that judge's desk, unconstitutional? Because you and I knew it was unconstitutional. We've known all along it was unconstitutional. We're not shocked. You and I are not shocked this morning that a federal judge, without the mandate, because remember, Chief Justice Roberts, the mandate is what made it, according to Chief Justice Roberts, legal, because it was a tax and the government had the right to levy a tax. Right? In that same vein, the government has the right to rewrite tax law. They do. They absolutely do. And they did, and they removed the individual mandate. It's no longer tax law anymore. Okay? So by that being said, it's no longer in there, which makes it unconstitutional. So let's fast forward. I'm just asking you, is it a coincidence that this lady Nancy Pelosi gets round 2 of Obamacare? Is it a coincidence that it goes to the Supreme Court of the United States and it's upheld that it's unconstitutional because there's no mandate anymore? And that's what Roberts hinged on, was that mandate, right? We know that. Is it possible this runs to the Supreme Court? What did Yogi Berra say? It's like deja vu all over again. So is it possible? There's Paul Ryan saying, I see the exit. My ass is out of here. All right. I've been the not even a moderate. I've not even been a good moderate speaker. I've not done anything really that I should be proud of. I'm serious, folks. I mean, he's out the door. Boehner's out the door. When is the last Republican Speaker of the House that we can be proud of, whether you like it or not? And I'm going to say Newt Gingrich, all right? Newt was the last guy, and, you know, even he had bada bing, bada boom, couldn't keep the train on the track just long enough to complete everything. But that being said, moving right along, Nancy, is it coincidence that Nancy gets the second shot? Are you telling me that Nancy Pelosi, remember they were walking up on the hill, her and Steny Hoyer and Clyburn and and Elijah Cummings and Jerry Nadler, almost every one of the same characters are there. Is it me or the lady that said you got to pass it to see what's in it? Is it me or the lady, the same woman, Speaker of the House, that threw the gavel down and considered Obamacare law of the land? Is it me or is it going to go back to her? Is it like Yogi Berra said, is this deja vu all over again? Are we looking at next year Nancy Pelosi and a Democrat House putting together a health care bill to send to Trump? I don't know. What a way to start Monday, to think deja vu, Nancy Pelosi. Nobody, if anybody would have ever told me after she finished Obamacare that it would make the circle all the way around, and when it got back to Washington, D.C., what do we do now? Do we go full throttle Medicaid for all? What do we do now? Do we do a conservative? There's no way. If the Democrats won't build a damn wall, folks, they ain't no way they're going to allow competition across state lines. They're not going to negotiate here. So are they going to use this to manipulate the 2020 election? I don't know. Just saying. This deja vu all over again. Nancy gets the gavel. And she gets Obamacare back on the floor of a Democrat House where it started. It's the weirdest thing. It's just like, I don't know. I've seen this show before somewhere. The Truman Show, where they write our life in a day to day. If Trump would just leave, if he would just leave. See, even Trump gets it. What I'm saying Friday, Trump gets it. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You know, Giuliani, right? He did the interview, and they are talking like, whoa, Giuliani was all over the board, right? They're saying, so I think somebody said, Giuliani, that Rudy Giuliani Sunday, he was like a monkey without a diaper. He was just throwing feces all over the wall to see what would stick. Wow, all over the place. Why did Michael Cohen flip? Why did he flip? I mean, he could have got a presidential pardon. He took 3 years. I have my opinion of that, and then we'll look at some of the other things that are going on. Donald Trump's been tweeting like a madman. We will read them. I'm your host, BKP. Hey, I'm just bringing it to you like it is. The Trumpster's doing the fighting. Is he alone, or are you going to help him do the fighting? Take us a break, Josh.